So I'll start with the character. He's only B tier. We haven't followed the tier list for a while. Right now, S tier is H-Roa, F-Hime. A plus is all the people who used to be in S tier, so Seifuku, F Hakia, Nero, etc. A tier is like FCL, Satsuki, that level. He's one tier down, B tier, which is kind of low in this game, but it doesn't matter too much because Melton's balanced pretty well. His mix-up is very limited, you can't do much. His Okizeme is also really limited. It's more like Rokuzeme. You have like a safe option, but you don't really get mix-up off of it. His average damage is pretty low. His shield is kind of bad. You don't get much damage or much meter gain on like a lot of characters, and it also moves forward. That sucks because characters like Vision can cross you up, and that makes your shield whip and she combos you for it, which is really, really bad. Most of his normals are pretty unimpressive outside of JB from neutral. Nothing's that good. His JC's a pretty poor jump in. It looks huge, but like, look at that, it just goes right through him. It's not active for very long. Not a great hitbox. A lot of his answers in neutral are preemptive, like these moves are great, but they're slow. So if we don't put them out ahead of time, then it means either the other person has a greater opportunity to bully you, or you got caught in startup or something, which kind of sucks. It also means that because his answers are slow, a lot of what he does in neutral are slower specials. It means that even versus bad people, you have to adjust to how they play, which I think is really, really shitty for him. Because I'm used to, even with weaker characters, just being able to do whatever I want versus bad people. You can't do that with him. You have to change how you play. I think that's it for weaknesses. Strengths. He has really, really good specials. This is like half screen punishes a lot. I set the dummy to, what is it? Backdash, geyser, block. It hits that fast that it hits people for doing geyser on recovery. It's really good. 236B is slower, but it's really plus. Okay, I'll turn up my volume, I guess. That should be better. I'll wait until somebody says something in chat. Okay. So this is plus. You can also charge it and it's a thing. You can charge it a little bit and it comes out later. Yeah, I'm archiving, Pete. You also can't punish with shield counter. Let me show an H-main character. It recovers too fast in the corner, that means... Whoops. This is a funny combo. No shield counter allowed. It's also air unblockable, so it can catch jump startup or landing. Really good. Lightning is also part of what makes him a really good character. It's air unblockable, you can combo into H-Roa off of it. You can use it in block strings. It's plus frames at the right distance. Oops. Whoops. Wow, I'm terrible. There we go. It's mainly good for stopping people from jumping around. It is a little bit slower though, and there's a pretty big gap between him and the lightning. So if they get in between that spot, you're kind of just bodied. It's got a decent amount of recovery too. It's not too much, but if it whiffs and like you're playing against Byakuya and she's right outside the range, you're gonna get hit. 214C multi-hit, air unblockable. If they air shield, you can just throw them. Wow, good job. Why is it not shielded? Oh, whatever. That's not important. You can't shield that without getting air thrown, and then you get comboed for getting air thrown. He has really, really good pressure because... Oops, I have to recover A. His normals aren't that good on block outside of 5A and 2A, but you can catch mashing pretty easily with 236B. Well, you can't catch, like, if you're in point blank, you're not going to be able to do that, but you can make their moves with by being outside 2A range. If their 2C's not that big, you can be outside of that as well. So you can't really mash unless you know exactly when he's going to do it and you pick an option with a character that will hit that. You can jump, but you have to jump preemptively because it's too fast for you to jump on reaction. There's something, oh yeah, you can't shield it. Crescent can shield it in the corner, mid-screen, they still can't because they'll be facing the wrong direction. You can charge it to throw off shield timing for Crescent Moon, and you can also do that to just as an alternative. Oh, and mid screen you can't backdash, which is great. They can't backdash this move. Doesn't matter how far you are, you can't backdash, which is awesome. Everyone in America, all the time, if you push yourself out, they're just going to mash backdash, but you can't do that with this character. So they have to commit to jumping or mashing with a specific character, and if they're wrong, then they get hit and take a lot of damage, and they're back in the same situation. He's the best H-Moon character at manipulating his meter, so you don't go into max. 5C 1 hit, 2 hit, 6C, whoops, 2C, all combo into H-Roa. So you don't have to go into max if you hit them. You can also combo the lightning, the H-Roa. He has mid-screen. Whoops. So you can dump meter really well if you hit them. In neutral, you can just throw out 2 and 4C. If they're a zoning character full screen and they hit a button, you can H-Roa. And in pressure, you can just do blah 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 2 and 4C. It's not airtight, there's 1 frame of a gap between a C normal and 2 and 4C, but most characters still can't do anything about it if you're spaced properly. CL can H-Roa, but like 99% of characters can't do anything, so it's fine in pressure to dump meter. which means you never have to go into max unless you want to, and you should, if you manage your meter well, almost always have the ability to bunker or be close to max to get a run back, which is really good. He has one of the best arc drives for that. Any random hit goes into arc drive, which adds a lot of damage to his combos. Oh yeah, I forgot something about his mid-screen pressure. If you cross them up, they're facing the wrong way. So even if they bunker, they're not going to be able to get out unless your hitbox extends far in front of you. Like in front of their character, so you get hit by bunker anyways. There's a couple normals where that happens, but in general, that won't happen. I had a game versus Night Road where he went into max from the combo, but I wasn't in max yet. So, well, it was something like... Whoops. Whoops, and I crossed him up and I did it again, so his whole heat ran out because he was back turned and couldn't bunker. And the last big strength is he doesn't get bodied by really anyone in neutral outside of Hisui and Byakuya. Those are the two characters that give him problems, so he can beat pretty much any character despite being B tier. Moving on to his neutral, 236A and 236B give you really strong ground game. No one, like, if they get caught blocking 236B, you get pressure. If they whiff something and you punish with 236A, you get knocked down into pressure. So his ground-to-ground game makes it pretty much impossible for most characters to fight him on the ground, which means they have to jump around in the air. For that, you have lightning. On counter hit, you can combo off of it. If it's not counter hit, you need H-Roa. Most people, once they stop running into lightning in 236, they try and use their air movement to make you either whiff lightning or to put themselves in a position where if you lightning, you'll hit them, but you have to press it at that time, otherwise they can like air dash at you or air dash back and make it whiff. So when that happens, you want to start making them fall on top of 236A or 236B because they're air unblockable. You can combo off 236B. I think it's his best starter outside of like maybe counter hit jump in. Yeah, it does a lot of damage for that. Something else you can also do is in neutral, if they're just like sitting on the ground, you dash and do this as a feint. This gets people to jump because they don't want to be stuck on the ground blocking it. If they're full screen and they're zoner, you can 2d6. Wow, whoops. So like Nero can't just sit full screen and do summons, and half screen he has to worry about this. When they're above you, you can... This is when JA and JB are pretty good. Whoops, it's not really that high. Yikes, didn't set it to block. There we go. Okay. There we go. You can't get out of that if you catch them blocking with JA. JB is better for fishing for a counter hit. If you hit them once off that, you can go into combo. What you gotta watch out for is characters like Scion have dive kick, which that screws up trying to make them fall on 236A, and it can screw up your lightning timing. Like if she's up here and you're waiting for her to fall down, if she dive kicks, you get stuck blocking, or you get caught in startup, which is really bad. You have to make sure you watch out for stuff like that in neutral. But that's pretty much it. There's nothing really complicated about his neutral. What you do depends more on the matchup. It's really just 236 or lightning. Combos. The main DMB is this, if you're close. If you're too far to go into 1-2-3, then you can just do 16 and 236A. If you get like air counter hit, you don't want to do, like, if you get like JB counter hit, you don't want to do that. You're not going to get that much damage. So air combos, his air throw is kind of booty, so usually end with J236A and try to fish for counter hit. Because your opponent's generally going to use air movement to try and get around you. If you air counter hit them and then end in J236A, it's a really bad situation for them to try and get out of, because they're low on air movement, and that makes it really easy to counter hit them or catch them blocking the air throw, or make them fall in 236. All of which suck for them. And if they don't tech, you can just keep comboing them, which is kind of funny. Oops. So it's a really bad situation no matter what they do. If they're low on air, if they have no air movement, or they're low on air movement, and you catch them with an air counter hit ending in J236A is really good. If you end with 236A, like, and you end up close to them, the knockdown isn't as good as if it's far. If you're far away, you can just do meaty 236B, and they can't shield, they can't mash, they can't reversal, unless it's H-Roa or F-Nero-Bs. I think those are the only two things that'll get you out. Some characters can heat. Crescent Moon can only shield in the corner. Yeah, I think that's it for stuff that gets you out of that. And all of those things lose to just doing the thing. If you're close, you can still do meaty 236B, but you'll end up really do is I just jump and cross them up, because they can't mash it, and it gets around a bunch of reversals if you do it right. Whoops. Too far. No, doing it wrong. What? I think it's jump straight. Depending on, yeah, you jump straight. Yeah, I think that's what it is. No, I was doing it earlier. What is the block string you do after the vault tackle? I'm guessing vault tackle is sibladeko, 2v6, maybe? You just do whatever you want after that. It's really plus. Whatever, I'll figure this out some other time. can also safe jump after it, which looks much easier. Ideally though, you want to get meaty 236B. Because for whatever reason, they can't reversal with most moves. What makes his pressure really good for Melty is, I went over a little bit earlier, but in general, Melty, you want to end normals that are close to even, so your opponent doesn't know when you're going to reset your pressure. With him, you don't have to do that, and you don't have to rebeat. You can just do 236B at some random point in your pressure, because it catches backdashes, and it's difficult to mash. So they have to commit to whatever option they have to beat it. The general option is you can just jump, but you have to know when he's going to do it, otherwise you'll just get hit by a low. So you can do some random number of normals with a 236B, and even if they guess right and they jump, they just get out. They don't hit you. Whereas with most characters, if you guess wrong on pressure, the other person mashed out, you got comboed, and you're probably in the corner and losing the game. That doesn't happen with Roa or H-Roa. They get out, and that's pretty much it. He gets a ton of meter for, let me turn off unlimited for just basic block strings. Just by going through all his normals, that's like 40 meter almost, and if you did any pressure resets, then you're gonna get a lot more than that. His 6C is jump cancelable on block. They can mash, like this you can mash, but you have to be mashing preemptively, and you have to mash 5A. Or some other normal that hits that high and is pretty fast. But the problem with that is if you mash something like that, then this will hit you if he does that instead. And the other option is lightning, which you can combo into H-Roa, and it beats jump also, jumping and mashing. So it's RPS, but it's massively weighted in your favor. Some people, if you're close to max, they'll just eat lightning hits if that's all you do, or if you don't have 100 meter, they'll just hold up back and try and eat lightning hits and just tech out. Against them, what you can do is just stagger into this. You can't punish 236A on block, and it gives you a pretty decent OTG with decent meter gain. Yeah, you get like 40 meter. Whoops, sleep. 40 meter, and punish them for trying to be too smart. As I mentioned earlier, this is also 214B is also plus if you do it right. If you hit late with it, it'll catch mashing, and you'll still be plus frames after it. So as long as you're good at randomizing what you do when you do 236B, using the feint and using just basic melty pressure, it's very hard for people to get out, and at some point they have to. Some people think that characters that have only good pressure aren't that good at opening you up. They can't do it the standard way with just mix-ups, but you can just keep pressuring them, and eventually either their guard meter will break, they'll screw up an EX guard, or they'll just get tired of it in Nash. And since America, they're definitely gonna get tired of it in Nash, so. This gets people to flinch. That's something I learned from Jay Anson. You whiff TK J236A into lightning, and they'll try and jump and get hit by lightning. Another thing you can do is walk back and do lightning. because you have to, like, if I'm playing against Kohaku, I can't, for instance, I can't be out of 2C range when I do like 6C, 2B, 6B. That's, I'm never gonna get out of her 2C range. But if she's a little bit hesitant to use it, if she sees 5A whiff and then thinks, oh, now I'm mashed, then you can hit them with lightning. And it's also good for catching people who hesitate and they're like, I don't know what's going on, let me jump. What mix-up he has, whoops, let me set it. You just go into 2-3-6C and then you either late air dash. Whoops. Deep JC air dash JB. Deep JC land 2B. Empty jump 2B. The issue with JC air dash JB, even though it's really good, is a lot of people try and EX guard this move, and they'll do it with crouching. So because JC doesn't hit that low, you can get it to whiff. If you do it really deep, like this will hit, but you can't air dash after that. So in general, if you want to hit them, late air dash mix-up is more consistent for that. Mid screen, what you can do is after. Whoops, wrong one. You can just 5B, and most people won't tech because they're not expecting to have to. You can cross them up, depending, or stay on the same side depending on how far away they are after the OTG and how long you air dash. You can also troll them in the teching, and then you can do random stuff that will hit it, like 2-3-6B, depending on which direction they tech. ID, I think, hits neutral tech, depending on how you do it. Whoops. Yeah, if I can cross them up, I can definitely hit them. Why is my execution so bad? Too much BB. You can also just react in H-Roa. At worst, they just get out. And at best, for you combo them. So it's one of those things where risk reward is massively skewed in your favor. So it doesn't matter too much. Unless it's a character that you lose to in for sure. If they then get them getting out is a problem. I think that's all I wanted to talk about for overall. His worst matchups that I know of are Hisui. Crescent Moon isn't too bad. She moves fast in the air, which is annoying, and she can alter her air movement, which is annoying. And it's really hard to get out of her pressure, but it's not too bad. H-Moon has the stools, and since Lightning and 2-3-6B are both one hit, same with 2-3-6A, you don't have anything good at clearing them, which makes it really, really, really obnoxious to play against. F also has the chair, which does the same thing, and without his specials, he's not really a good character, so those matchups are definitely rough. Byakuya is also annoying. F probably wins by a huge amount because there's no way you can catch them falling with 2-3-6. It's really hard to hit her with lightning. you're gonna get caught in startup a decent amount, and she does 1,000,000,000 damage if she catches you with pretty much anything. So H has the pits where even if she's out of air movement, if you 2-3-6 and she does the auto activate pits, I think it's the one that's next to her is 2-2A, then you just rush right into that and get comboed, which really sucks. And again, she's really, like, if he can't pin you down with lightning and 2-3-6, those hit very certain angles. If the opponent has a lot of air movement, it's really tough to catch them. Vyakia has 2 air dashes, moves really fast in the air, and on top of that, every moon has something that can modify her air trajectory. So the last thing I'm going to do is look over replays and take questions. This one's pretty good for comedic factor. And then I'll show him this out there. Do I do tutorials for any other characters? This is the first one I've done for Melty. Hopefully when Under Night comes out, I'll do stuff for that. I made an FSC one too. I don't think I did anything else. If you think Melty block things are too complicated, then I think you should just stick to F-Moon. Theirs are pretty simple in general. Poor Chibi got trolled. Yep, can't backdash. Big game. Air tech gets hit by lightning. Make the bunker. They're unblockable. Where's the Roku Rex at? I did not play him with this character. I don't think I saved any replays. He tried to Twitch, get hit. What a nice character. Chibi 6B. Got Chibi 6A. Basic pressure, I screwed up my ID. Gets out. I don't know why I didn't dump meter before. Maybe this is a replay bug? This is kind of silly. I hope this is a replay bug and this isn't actually what happened. Yeah, that must have been a replay bug. no one's gonna shield the non-EX version of Air Lightning. And dumb normal makes me move forward. So the green box and then going from there. Good read by RK. Not blocking. He gets caught in jump startup. I think I tried a backdash. Again, that move just tags him. Thought I was gonna cross him up. A drop combo. Wow, that was a really bad drop. Very unfortunate. On the burst, so on the max. Gets caught blocking. I think he got hit in jump startup. He jumped too late. Good mash. Twist. Tries to get it with Koha. Drops his combo. Again, catch him whipping. Didn't stand up. JC sucks. Again, I twitched. That's really scary. Invalid. Low damage character. Sadness. Good math. And I'm an idiot and didn't H-Roa him. Because I was greedy and wanted to hold on to the meter. And I lose like an idiot for not doing H-Roa. Don't be too greedy with holding on meter, that's what happens. I think I missed import. Nice block. Mash is too slow. Gets caught again by the God move. There, I thought he was gonna land on on 236A and air dash back. Wow, I think I blocked like twice on wake up. Shield. Again, I didn't H-Roa. Wow. That was... Maybe I wasn't confident that day in my execution. Because after losing the last game for not doing H-Roa, I really should have done it this time. It was okay to not do it, because I don't want to be in the bad meter position again. Wow. Jumps too late. He tried to late type and mash. The classic. I think I DP'd in the wrong direction. Drops his combo. Gets hit by the God. Special. there any other games with me from NEC? Oh yeah. I don't think Grand Finals got recorded. At least I don't have replays. No, this is tournament. The reason I didn't block on Wake Up was because I was expecting LK to have bad execution for not playing the game, and H-Roa is a super scary character to block against. Normally I block more, but I guess I was either really on tilt or I was just expecting LK to be bad at playing the execution. And he doesn't really play the game. That really sucks for Opa that that's a combo. With pressure, he gets hit. The classic. I don't H-Roa again. And he just gets caught randomly, not blocked. Mash the DP, I get some random melty shenanigans, so I don't get the combo. Screwed up my air throw. That should have. That does work. I just messed up. Yeah, I think this round is replay glitch. Just air through reverse, but sleep mode bodied me. And there's a couple net play replays. Just to show various skill me against various skill level opponents. What? Nice stuff. basically just walked around because I knew he was gonna be scared of me doing 236A, and then I just gave up when I thought he was gonna jump or move. I tried to walk back and do running there, and this hit got top view. It doesn't text, so I think it takes like 5k from that. Something I forgot to mention, if you do 236A mid-screen to catch people and they're backdash, they can easily punish it, so you can't go too ham with that. Your general game plan with this character should be to get to that mid-screen spacing versus them if they're on the ground, where you can punish with 236 and use lightning if you're playing offensively, and defensively you want to just walk backwards and hide behind lightning and use 236 to get away. Well, let's see. For anyone who's curious, both these games are against Sashi. Power beat is so good for him when you get it in the middle of a combo. You get all this life back, and then the updraft does so much damage. It's great for comebacks. Like, it's good for anyone, but since you can control meters so well for him, it's amazing for him. This time I did higher. I guess I remember doing that fight. I'll show this for comedy. If anyone has any questions, go ahead, because I'm pretty much done with explaining stuff. If you want me to go into more detail on anything.
Round 2. Fight.
This is one of the best rounds in Melty history, by the way. So in case you didn't know that orbs are air unblockable, you charge them, and they cover like 3/4 of the screen. Could have killed them there, I think, if you dash to 360. And 7 charges, air unblockable, homing lightning. forgot to mention something earlier. You can punish geyser on block, but whoops. It's fairly tight. Let me do that mid-screen again. There we go. But she can also flight cancel and punish. You're gonna do that. So it's still a really good option since most teammate players just autopilot on geyser and just do it whenever and hold up forward to get the most damage. But you do have to worry about that. It turns the RPS, which is still better than what most characters have since like space geyser is ridiculous against pretty much everyone. But at least you can make it RPS, whereas most other characters it's pretty much still neutral.